Oh, that's why that wouldn't get picked up. Okay. All right, let's go. What up, Cyprian? What up, Purplish? Kraut, hi. You feeling good today? I am feeling good today. I'm feeling a bit more rested. My allergies aren't as bad as they've been, although they're not perfect. All right, so we are very close to having this metrics upload thing working. I'm trying to remember yesterday where we left off. I remember we were close. So let's just yeet it. Well, we got to do our classic morning Nick's Flake update. Oh, Kraut, thank you for requesting that song. I have a reminder on my phone to listen to that song. I haven't heard it yet. All right, let's make sure we didn't get uploads. Yeah, we didn't. I won't skip it. Damn it, I just fricked up my password. There we go. All right, Knicks didn't break this morning. We're off to a strong start. Let's update lazy. Great. Cool. All right, so we want to go to... Yeah, this is having like this weird problem where it can't build. That's right. Cheers. Could not resolve proxy page server from form.svelte. Oh, there it is. So we want the second one here. Yeah, there we go. All right, chat, we feeling lucky? We got both of our files. Files was still empty though. Why? I have no idea why this doesn't work. Must have got bit by a goat. Dude, that's such a good line. That's such a good line. Okay, so we just got an error there. Wow. I just leaked my creds. Fuck. That's so annoying. Why would they log that to the console? God damn it. That's so annoying. How do I roll this? Yeah, I know. I should update that right now. I keep forgetting when I start streaming. We'll say... I don't know, we'll just keep it. Yeah, I need to roll my password. Reset database password. All right, 1 second, chat. Man, that's so annoying. I don't understand why they would log that. She seems to be. Why would that not work? Wrong password? Oh, come on. One second, chat. I'm sorry. What, Fubar? All right, so my password should theoretically be reset now. Come on. Is it just taking a while to reset? Can I connect on my server? Okay, so that has to be working because that's weird. Okay, so what happened there, chat, was the Supabase client logged my right here. Request cannot be constructed from a URL that includes credentials. And then it fucking logged my credentials to the... Like, why would you do this? I'm gonna go open an issue on Supabase's repos. Like, that's super bad. Yeah, it's super bad. Goddamn right, Purple. Yeah, let me give feedback. No, I'm gonna open a GitHub issue and give feedback. All right, let's make sure we go on the right. It's this one. New issue. Feature request, bug report. I'm gonna say bug report. JS client logs credentials to standard out. Hi, I was working with Supabase's JS client, attempting to get storage upload working, and I incorrectly configured the client. This resulted in my credentials being logged to standard out. The error message clearly indicates that this section of code clearly indicates that it is knowledgeable of the credentials and logs them out anyways. I was also streaming on Twitch at the time and exposed my creds and had to roll them. I don't think the client should log sensitive creds to standard out / standard error. What up, Olavo? Since when are we using Supabase? We're using Supabase for our database, and also we're going to try to use their blob storage. Boom. Okay. That's super annoying. So let's get out of this before I end up doxing my creds again. And we didn't correctly configure the JS client. So let's go see what the deal here is. Okay. Your Supabase API key. How do I get my API key? Is that under project settings? Is this the key? I assume that's the key, right? And that shouldn't be sensitive, right? Because that's a public API key. Public API key. This key is safe to use in your browser. Yep. And I guess I just take the project URL rather than that. Let's try. Your project URL, your Supabase API key. Okay, that looks like it's submitted successfully. But it didn't upload?
Speaks the gospel of the camel. I speak the gospel of the dunes.
Thank
The
you for
sand
the
is in my
2-month subscription
ride a
streak.
camel with me
Wrapped, super
today.
appreciate you. The Wrapped asked, or not the Wrapped, Disgruntled Data. Wait, who asked something? There we go. Arshad, sorry. Hi, in your country, if a person working as a full-time software engineer allowed to work part-time as a freelancer? It depends on your employment contract. I am allowed to work freelance, but I have to get it approved by the lawyers at Vercel. So the project, the project I'm working on right now has been approved by Vercel for me to work on. Yeah, I work at Vercel. I work at Triangle Corp, yes. That is my day job. By the way, Working for Cell, by the way. I forgot my black hoodie this morning, so that might be part of the problem. How when I didn't have this information? For example, with my contract, I have permission to do certain freelance projects. Others I have to get permission. Yeah, yep. That's how it is a lot of places in the U.S. Unfortunately, places can like shut you down, period, from working on like some employment contracts are really aggressive and like can even take ownership over like open source work you do. It's kind of pretty fucked. I don't understand why this isn't working. Illuminati Web Corp. Doing what? So I will show you what I work on at Vercel. So I am on the lifecycle team, which I think might even have a careers position open that I can just read the job description for. Yeah, this is my team. In this role, you will collaborate with cross-functional teams to design and develop features that enhance the user experience, optimize conversion and retention rates, integrate feedback loops, monitor key metrics, and ensure scalability and reliability of software by understanding customer needs and staying updated on industry trends. Yeah, so I'm on what's called the lifecycle team, and the core tenet of what my team is responsible for, here you can see the Vercel team. Vercel is hosted on Vercel. What Lifecycle is responsible for is like the core piece is upgrading and downgrading and all of the data, systems, and UX around upgrading and downgrading. Yeah, and we also randomly own domains. I don't know why we own domains, but I also work on domains sometimes. Kind of random, but we own it for the minute. So that's me. But Vercel is like AWS but cute. Kind of, yeah. We make a lot of really good dev tooling and tools for like product and marketing around dev work. Not like is so where does the life cycle end? So like it would be the life cycle of users and teams from the time they sign up to the time they churn. Like we kind of own that whole flow and helping point them to products they might not know about, making sure that it's easy to upgrade, making sure that it's easy to downgrade, things like that. I can talk about our interview process too, if you're interested, Dev. It's the hardest part of our interview process is getting a phone screen because of how many people apply. Raimu, I miss Raimu. I used to raid him often. He's a good streamer. Yeah, okay, so let me figure out why this file didn't update quick. I'm gonna add this to my harpoon here. And then we can go to you. Yeah, I wanna log in here. We're actually gonna do an await on this. And rather than this being an array of promises, we're gonna just ignore that for now. And we're gonna await each file. And this is gonna be a result. And we'll say if result.error does not equal null. That means we got an error. Console.log upload error. And then we'll log that. Result.error.message, I guess. We'll just log the actual error. And then we'll return a fail of 500 with files. Okay. So while I'm getting ready to run that, so our interview process for Cell looks like the phone screen. So once you get the phone screen, you'll talk to one of our recruiters, and they're awesome. Like, I've done a lot of interviewing over the 10 years that I've been a professional software engineer, and our recruiters are fantastic. So talk to them, and then you'll get moved on to either a conversation with a hiring manager, or you'll go right into our technical rounds. Generally, our technical rounds we have 2 to 3 technical rounds, and it is a live code interview focused on data structures and algorithms, but I wouldn't really call it like a leak code interview. Like if you had to compare it to a leak code problem, I'd put it as like a leak code easy at best. Like it's the problem's like pretty realistic too, and we have you do the interview in a tool called RustPad, which doesn't have like LSP support. It doesn't compile, but it has syntax highlighting for like basically every language. So the premise of that is like we care more about you talking through and iterating on your solution rather than having like syntactically correct code. Like we don't care if it compiles. We just want to hear you work through the problem and like basically pair program with us. So that's that interview. Then we have a systems design interview, which is your just run-of-the-mill systems design. I wouldn't say it's tricky. It's not a overly hard question. Like if you've done any prep for system design interview questions, like you should be able to pass our systems design interview. And then some teams do what's called a reverse deep dive, where you'll be given a code sample and asked to explain it, talk through it, talk about trade-offs, how you might change it, improve it, if there's any bugs. So that's the 3 technical bits. And then the last part of the interview is like a values interview and a talk with a engineering director. But yeah, I would say the technical portions aren't stupid difficult. Like they're very, I'd say they're good at weeding out people who don't have the technical chops. But they're also not like gotcha questions like leak code or anything like that. Hopefully that was insightful. All right, let's see if this, we should have a little bit more data here. Let's grab foo. Upload. There we go. Unauthorized invalid signature. Okay. Oh, I have an idea. I think I need to grab that other key. I think I need this one. I'm gonna blur quick. But yeah, Dev, if you end up applying it for Cell and get past resume screen, I can definitely we can chat a little bit more, and I can help you prep a little bit without like giving anything away. And that goes for everyone in chat too. Like not even just for Vercel. Like if anyone ever wants to just like chat interview prep or job hunting or like really just any help with software in general, like I am more than happy to chat and help with stuff. So don't feel intimidated to ask questions around that stuff. how many steps in the interview process? It depends on team, but there are 2 to 3 technical stages, one like values, soft skills interview, and then a like 30-minute conversation with a recruiter and a 30-minute conversation with a director of engineering. So like, I don't know how many you want to call that, like 5, maybe 6. Which I still think is too much, to be honest. There was a great article recently from Gabrielle Gonzala. Hold on, let me finish doing this. I just got myself so fucking nerd sniped and ADHD ridden. Hold on, I need to finish updating this stupid environment variable before I forget. DB key. I'm assuming that's that. Almost just docs my shit again. Okay. How many steps? Yeah, we talked about how many steps. My greatest barrier to entry is geography, to be fair. Oh yeah, we hire basically all of the Americas, and then bits and pieces of all of the UK, and then bits and pieces of the EU. Like I know Germany's good. I think France is good. I think maybe Spain is on there. Yeah, I don't think we hire from Africa at this point. I think we used to hire globally when we were a smaller company, and then I think like it's just a ton of like logistics and tax paperwork and legal stuff for like HR and legal. So we are slowly expanding where we hire. All right, do we think this is gonna work? You hiring developers? Yeah. Vercel is hiring. Go check out our careers page. Boom, 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 boom. If you see something that interests you, I can definitely talk about it. Yeah, sorry, disgruntled dev. I wish we could hire globally. Hopefully, as we continue to grow, we'll work on putting the time and money into expanding our like HR and legal logistics for hiring and pay and stuff. Run dev. Okay, let's go back here. It's the old refresh. What is your skill set? What do you work on? Or what do you like to work on? What do you work on and what do you like to work on? I'm a mobile dev, iOS. Nice. Do you do a lot of React Native? I like to work on everything. This is interesting. We're like stuck in a promise, right? There has to be a timeout coming. So we're here. We would expect to see either upload successful or a failure return. Well, it looks like we did get a return here. Type failure. We got a 500. Why wouldn't we have seen... Oh, I'm an idiot. I put this in the wrong fucking spot. So I think we might have actually got the upload. Let's check this again. Let's go to storage, performance metrics. Let's go. There it is, chat. File upload. Is it only US, Germany, UK, or Canada for dev positions? Generally, those are the places. There are a couple other EU countries. Like I want to say France and Spain are also on the list of countries we can hire from. Fubar, if you see a position you're interested in and you're not in one of those countries, but in the EU, like DM me on somewhere and we can chat and I can reach out to HR and get some questions answered. Okay, file upload is working. All right, let me go tell the client that file uploads are working. Then I have that. Whoa, that's not what we wanted. Probably wanna talk with you over Zoom before I dive into parsing the data. Okay, dope. All right, let me catch up on chat here. I also build apps for fun. Let me catch up. Heavily on React Native, yeah, but for fun I do Electron, Golang. My greatest time spent is trying to integrate Rust and React Native. That's an interesting project. Disgruntled Dev, do you know who Caddy Cramen is? She works at Expo? She's the principal engineer on Expo. Okay, so we can go back to, yeah, let's fix this. I used to work with Caddy. Caddy is awesome. She's one of my favorite people. Chat, if you don't know Caddy Cramen, you should 100% follow her. I don't want to blow up her LinkedIn. Give her a follow on Twitter, and then also go check out her front-end master course. Her front-end master's courses on React Native are so good. She's very good people. I couldn't think of a better person to be leading Expo. Yeah, I worked with Caddy when I worked at Formidable. Let's see here. So how do we want to handle errors here? Do we want to bomb out if any one file doesn't upload? Formidable 2, damn, you've been around. Formidable is the job that changed my the trajectory of my career, for sure. I started working at Formidable in 2017, late 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. Before that, in fact, let's just talk through my career journey here. Now that we're at like a good little pause point. LinkedIn. I also worked at a startup called Main Street, and I worked with a guy that was at LinkedIn very early and was there when they got acquired by Microsoft and made so much freaking money. I'm so jealous. So here's my journey as a software engineer. I got really lucky in college because I've talked about my college before, um, but I'm basically self-taught. My CS program was a joke and fell apart while I was there, for a variety of reasons. And I got really lucky that I landed an internship with State Farm. So I interned at State Farm 2 or 3 summers in a row while I was in college, and they gave me a full-time offer when I graduated to work on enterprise Java stuff and some front end JavaScript. And they basically said, hey, you can go full time and live in central Illinois at our headquarters, or you can, um, or you can just move out to Phoenix, Arizona to our tech hub that we're opening. And I said, as much as I love the cornfields of Illinois, I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona. So I went out there, and long story short is I got hired as a level 2 engineer without me knowing it. And my manager, which is crazy, also thought I was level 1 and went to promote me like 6 months in. And I got hired at the same salary as all the engineer ones. And then my manager couldn't give a on the spot raise. So all the people I started with, I got hired at engineer 1, were making the same amount as me and getting promoted to engineer 2, which I already was, and ended up making like 12 to 20,000 more dollars than me, despite me on paper, well, not just on paper, but me actually performing better than the majority of the people I got hired with, but I was making significantly less. So I started interviewing to try to get a counter offer, and I ended up getting an offer from this company called Visionist, and they basically doubled my salary. I knew State Farm wasn't gonna match that. So I moved back to the East Coast, worked at Visionist, which was a small defense contractor. And I did defense contracting for the DoD, so basically all the 3-letter agencies. Most of my work was for NSA. I did a relatively big project for FBI and NSA jointly. I did some stuff with NSA and the Australian Air Force randomly. But that was a cool role. But around the end of that job, I was coming up for my security clearance renewal. And many of you already know this, but I'm divorced. My ex-wife had an affair. Right around the end of that job, I found out that she was having an affair, and I went into therapy. And my security officer basically told me that there was a good chance that my security clearance wasn't going to get approved because I was getting mental health treatment, which is fucked up on so many levels. Um, and around the same time, I was working on that NSA Air Force project, which involved, this is unclassified, so I can talk about, which involved building some radar charting software, which was basically used to stream data back from F-35's radars in real time to radar analysts. And I was replacing this tool that these radar analysts were using. And these radar analysts are not like software engineers at all, right? Like they're technical in that they know engineering and math, but not software engineering. The tool suite they were using was a Eclipse plugin to analyze radar data. Like, just think about that for a second. We had radar analysts, and so did Australia. Signals analysts would load up Eclipse in a skiff to analyze radar data, despite not knowing what Eclipse is. Like, Eclipse is dog water to start with. It was terrible. So I was rebuilding this. I was rebuilding this software, and we were building it as basically client server architecture. So we had a SPA. I was writing the front end in React, and uh, I was a huge fan at the time of Victory Charts, which was a React charting library. Still is. Formidable got bought by a company called Nearform, so that's why it has Nearform. But Victory Charts was like the best React charting library in like 2017 to like 2021. Like, and it's still, I still think it is one of the best APIs of like any charting library in the React ecosystem. I couldn't use Victory because Victory, at least on browser only renders to SVG. They recently released a native version of Victory that does some like native stuff, but at the time it didn't, and it in the web it still renders to SVG. And when you're dealing with radar signals and signals analysis, like there's a fuck ton of data. Like these radar analysts are looking at like they're looking at like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of data points at a time. So like trying to load a chart with anything more than like 2,000 SVGs in it in React, well, not even just in React, any charting library trying to chart 2,000 plus SVGs is dog water slow. What up, Raiders? What up, DevDab? Happy hump day. We are talking about my career journey at the moment. And we are at the part where DevDad and I were actually neighbors. DevDad and I lived about, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes apart for several years, and we didn't know it until maybe 8 months ago. So I'm working on building this charting library. I want to use Victory, but I can't because there's too many data points with radar data. So I start building a charting library that renders to Canvas, and that's GPU accelerated. And I'm working on copying, trying to copy as much as I can Victory's API. At the time, one of the maintainers of Victory was Ken Wheeler. So, and another one was Lauren Eastridge. So they were like the two people working on Victory at Formidable at the time. So I was DMing them on Twitter and talking with them on GitHub issues, talking about how I could effectively kind of like use a Victory model, but with rendering to Canvas. And at one point, Ken Wheeler just told me to apply at Formidable. And at the same time, my security officer is telling me that there's a good chance that my security clearance isn't going to renew because I was going to therapy because I found out my ex-wife was having an affair, so I applied at Formidable, got the job, and then got to work at Formidable for, that's actually closer to 3 years. But I worked at Formidable for 3 years, and that was like hands down, that's what changed my career. Like, this will forever be the most important job I've ever had. I got back in like 2017 to 2020. Formidable employed like a bunch of the top JS devs in open source. Like we had React and React Native team members. I got to do consulting for this entire time. I was dropped into dozens of companies ranging from Google to Starbucks to Fortune 500s to startups. So I got to see a ton of engineering cultures and the way people do things, and got to learn from some really, really, really smart, talented, and kind people. Eventually jumped to this company called Main Street, which was a tax credit R&D startup, which was an absolute dumpster fire. Like, I could talk for an hour about this place. Just so bad. Someday I should just plan out like 30 minutes to talk about Main Street specifically. Main Street, I was the lead billing engineer, and when I took over the original billing system, and this billing system, just a couple things. One, you could launder money if you knew what you were doing. Two, we were violating Stripe's terms of services with their Stripe Connect platform. Three, we had no real contract, despite what we were calling giving 0% interest loans through Stripe Connect. The billing system literally just lost track of about $13.5 million I ended up tracking down and recovering. If you missed a payment or failed a payment, we lost track of you and just kept giving you the services for free. I'm pretty sure that the CEO defrauded investors. Yeah, it was just an absolute dumpster fire. So bad. So, and this is right around the time like the tech industry started having layoffs and hiring squeezed up. And we had layoffs at Main Street, and I got golden handcuffs to stay. They literally gave me like a $65,000 raise to stay because I was the only person that could, well, there was me and another engineer were the only two people that knew how our billing system worked at all. Like, we had to manually run billing day once a month, and really I was the only person that could do it. So they gave me a $65,000 raise to stay. They gave me literally 20,000 shares, which, you know, are worth nothing. But I got to rebuild our billing system from scratch, from the ground up. And I had built a billing system before during my time at Formidable. So I had experience building billing systems. So I rebuilt that, and literally the day we shipped to prod and things were working successfully, I put in my 2 weeks notice, and I got hired at this company called Scalum, which was also a very important job. Scalum was a institutional DeFi company, so it was crypto, but it didn't deal with like URI, right? It dealt, like, our customers were hedge funds, banks, things like Bloomberg, like financial institutions, right? We gave them access to DeFi trading. And I'm not a huge crypto person, but like this was a genuinely cool company to work at. There was like 14 people. I was very burnt out from Main Street because this was like just like every day, like 14-hour days of like high pressure, like things going wrong in billing, millions of dollars, like just dealing with millions of dollars every day, and customers being pissed and losing money. Like, it sucked. So I got to go to Scalum, and I got hired as the lead front-end engineer to write React, but I've been full stack my whole career. And the cool thing about Scalum, and this is right around the time I started streaming, all of Scalum's services, including some of the front-end stuff, was in OCaml. So I learned OCaml here, and got real deep into functional programming, and it changed the way I think about programming and how I just like think about problem solving in general. So unfortunately, Scalum, I found out in January of this year, we were shutting down because we got hit with bad timing with one of our clients in the EU. Yeah, we had to shut down early this year, and then one of my former coworkers, actually my manager now, had been working at Vercel for 2 or 3 years, and we had been talking about me joining her team for a couple of years, and the timing just didn't work out. And the day after I found out Scalum was shutting down, she had posted on Twitter that her team was hiring her. So I texted her and I was like, hey, let's try to make this happen. So I interviewed and landed the job, and now we're at Vercel. It's kind of my whole job journey.
Functions describe the world.
So I've kind of I've got some unique experiences in there, but it's been a fun ride. But yeah, without a doubt, consulting and Formidable is the job that really changed the trajectory of my career.
Functions describe the world.
Okay, so we're uploading. Let's iron out some error handling here quick. So rather than failing here, we want to say, we want to do this. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Appreciate all of you. Seafeld, Tubi, AJ, Errobust Ev. I probably missed some people earlier. I appreciate all of you hanging out. So let's change this to, this is going to be promise. And we're going to push that promise. We don't want to await that anymore. Then down here, let's do const results equals await promise dot all settled. And we'll pass in promises. And we'll loop through our results for const result of results. I will say, chat, you almost always want to use all settled instead of all. Like, you should be using promise.allSettled by default rather than all. Your code will be way more resilient for it. if result dot status is equal to rejected, we will say I don't know what this is going to be, so let's just mark it as unknown for a second. Let's see here. We want to say, what does our result have on it? We have a reason, which is going to be that error. Let's actually make this a tuple of a file to a promise. So we have some extra information with us here. And we'll say file. And that's gonna let us get, why can't I do that? Yank surround inward bracket. Here we go. This will be file result. And then we'll say we will console.error our result.reason. Actually, let's do something more like we'll do add some information. File.name what's this subset about? Type promise settle result must have symbol iterator. It's in a promise settle all settled. Oh, right.
The world.
We want to take this and map it first. Oh, this is actually really annoying. Okay, I actually know what we can do here. We can say .then, and we'll get the result. And then we'll say, this is where we'll return file results. Promise. Actually, this should be .finally. Oh no, that will be that then. What is the type of this? I'm trying to learn functional programming right now. Any advice? Yeah, start with Gleam. Build with Gleam. 100%, that's going to be the best way to do it. I don't think that type's right. Shouldn't this type be... Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. I don't even know what to type this as. Oh, did it infer? No, it didn't. I see. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, there we go. What way? I lost you for a moment. I would say build with Gleam. I think Gleam is the best way to learn functional programming. For sure. I don't know what this type is. Result dot if result dot status is, let's say it's successful, fulfilled. What does this have on it? Value. Right. I can't get the index, can I here? Like, I can't do this. For of index. Yeah, Laza. I'm not going to be able to say it. I'm going to call you Laza. Laza, if you go down to the bottom and click bits or bytes, and then scroll down to the green square that says request Spotify song for 1 point, you can paste a Spotify URL in there. Oh, I see. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to do this the easy way then. For const index equals 0, index is less than results.length, index plus plus. I feel like I never write normal for loops anymore. In here, we'll say const result is results index. And then we'll get const file is going to equal form.data.files index. Results. That should be a, yeah. And we'll say if result.status is going to be rejected. Come in here and we'll say rejected files dot push, and we'll throw in our file. And then after this loop, right, that needs to be a let. If continue. Otherwise, we'll do, this will be uploaded files dot push. I guess I only need the rejected files. So if rejected files dot length is greater than 0, we're going to return fail. And we're going to say with form, or with files, form. And then we're going to say, we're going to have a message. And we'll say some files failed to upload. And then we'll just put in rejected files. Right, this is going to be a 500, I guess. And then okay, so that's how we do that. This is going to be with files. That'll get that, and then we can jump over to there, throw that in there. Does that look right? Fail with files message. Oh, we need to pass in the form. There we go. All right, I need to go update my prettier. This is really annoying. I don't know what default formatting this project has, but it is dog water. Do we have a prettier RC in here? Print width, this needs to be 80. Trailing comma. I do want a trailing comma. I hate these options. Dude, I would be using Biome or Oxlent. In fact, that's one thing I'm working on at work is migrating our giant repo to Oxlent. Just because it has an easier migration path off of ESLint than Biome does. And this is actually faster than Biome, which is wild because Biome is insanely fast. But I'm using Prettier because Svelte's language server requires it, which is kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. I'd rather have a working language server. Yeah, I know that it does, but it doesn't work well with giant mono repos. We have so many custom rules and plugins, and it chokes. We were originally planning on going to Biome, but then after some benchmarking and evaluating the migration path, Oxlent is going to be the better bet for us. And I actually think over the long term, Oxlent is a better bet because of the people working on it. Can I just get like a normal freaking file? Show options. I don't even know what the other choice for this is. Will I get autocomplete? So it's all. What is use tabs? Default, semicolons. Okay, that seems fine. So let's go ahead and, yeah, Biome is, yep. I see a future where Biome and Oxalate marry, to be honest. That would be cool. They have the same goals and general approach to things, just vastly different starting points. Yep. Yep. Totally agree. And Biome is already using OXC's module resolution binary. So yeah, to say Biome is already using OXC under the covers for module resolution. So like they're already like kind of married together a little bit. Though they plan on using their own language for plugins, which I don't agree with. Which tool is that, Dev? And robot, you said that's a weird requirement. What's the requirement? Oh, so they're writing their own DSL for plugins? Oh, geez. I'm gonna look that up quick. Plugin language. Oh, the weird requirement is prettier for the language server. Yeah, I think what Svelte's language server, because we dove into the code base a little bit yesterday, because it felt like my LSP suggestions were slow, and it looks like they're proxying to Prettier's binary, TS server's binary, and then the Svelte like compiler and parser under the covers. So like Svelte's language server, as far as I can tell, is just a wrapper around basically two other language servers and then some Svelte tooling. Oh, they should use Comey. Comey is dope as fuck. If you ever need to do like code mods, Comey is dope and it's written in OCaml. TJ DeVries actually used to work with the guy that makes Comey, and that's the guy that put TJ onto OCaml. Let's go, OCaml. GritQL. Interesting. They settled on Grit. That's interesting. I'll have to let my the team I'm working on that evaluation with know that. Okay, so I think we got everything. I just relinted everything. I swear I saw an error in here somewhere. Maybe not. Whatever. All right, we linted everything. Let's just add that and do a commit, update prettier, and lint or format all the things. Yeah, I mean, I like Biome a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think Biome is great. I think mono repo, like every time, I've been working in mono repos for basically half a decade. It's hard to get them right, and you need a very, very good DevOps team to get them right. Have you played with Hermes at all? All right, let's go back to the file we were in, and we'll go to, what's your thoughts on that? I think that Oh, that didn't actually write. npx prettier. Is it dash dash right? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now everything's formatted. How do you open old files? My keybind to do that is space question mark. If I could get it. Or, yeah, isn't it? There we go. It's hard to do on this keyboard. I should remap that. So that is driven by telescope, which is in my config. Telescope, or no, that's my keybinds. It is right. Where is it? Telescope keybinds right here. Leader question mark. It is telescope built-in dot old files. Okay, this looks so much better now, formatting wise, with files. I wish that SvelteKit had like the equivalent of React Native. All right, this seems reasonable. So let's say we get back this data, right? Let me get the dev server going so we get updated types. Morning, Lambda. How we doing today? Shout out to Lambda. Lambda does some OCaml streaming, so you should definitely check them out. Also, the new bridge less React Native arches is a miracle to say the least. It allows using React Native modules and everything else, including React. Just want you to know that I'm using that awesome wall beyond you for inspo for my new office. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, no problem, Lambda. The mouse out of the way. So if we go to, let's see here. It'll probably be in this file. Actually, we do want to go back to the last one. So if we go back to here, we should. I would have expected to see.
Functions describe the world.
So how do I get these fields back out? I thought I could pass anything here. Maybe I need to do something like message with form, with files, form, and then I can do and then we can do rejected files. And then we can do status, I think I can pass in here. This will be 500. I love the Breaking Bad sound clips in the back of that song. How do I get this rejected files back to the client? Like, how the frack do I get that? Anyone know Svelte well enough to do this? Error handling. I should just read the manual, huh? Set error. Email already exists. In the case of a server error, superforms will normalize the different kind of server errors that can occur. Okay. We could return this, I guess. In general, returning a status message is recommended. Yeah, that's what I thought. Form level. It's possible to set form level errors by refining the schema, which works better together with client-side validations, as errors added with set error won't persist longer than the first validation of the schema on the client. These can be accessed on the client through errors._errors. Okay, we want to use a status message. Ah, okay. Right. So we need to define our message type here and keep it somewhat consistent. So let's come up here and say export type metrics upload form message. And we'll make this a discriminated union. And we'll just give it like a tag. And we'll just say the first one is successful. And we can just say like T. And we'll just say payload BT. And then we'll have another member of the union. And this will be a tag where it is so let's just do okay and error. Yo, whoever's requesting music this morning, this is a fire playlist. In fact, we shouldn't even do that. Let's just say, whatever, say that's a string. We'll say message is a string, and then we'll have, okay, so we have that, and then we pass this in as a second generic parameter to this. Put that there. Same deal with... Yeah, you guys are crushing it. I really enjoy this morning's playlist. Yeah, okay. So now we're getting type errors because we're not passing back the right things. So let's... I think this needs a tag. If I do a that, yeah, we'll need a tag, and this will be error. And then we need a kind, and this will be file upload failure. Yeah. I like that. Then down here, this gets a, this is so much better. Yeah, this will have a tag and it'll be okay. Look at this. We're using result types in Svelte. Okay, so now we should be able to jump over to our component, right? And where is the component? In here, when we do super validate, we can grab the message type too. So it'll be metrics. Do that. And let's make sure that came in from the right place. I hate that this imports from the proxy. I might, I know.
I even asked last night.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
What time?
You were in bed when I came up.
I was laying in bed and I thought about it last night and I was like, oh, I'll do it in the morning, and then I didn't make it in time.
It's one thing to do that on a trash day.
We don't have that. It'll be fine. I'm
But
not
it was
worried
a
about it.
trash and recycling day.
I know. I missed recycling.
Do you know how full the recycling bin is?
I'll take recycling to the recycling center this weekend.
Boy.
Is this just LSP being weird? Yeah, there we go. All right, so now we have that in here, and we should be able to get the message from here. Yeah. And, okay, let's think about this. I like what we're listening to. I need to start remembering to star
Functions describe
some of the music you guys
world.
share. Dude, my my Spotify rap this year is gonna be wild. We should do my Spotify rap on stream because it's a reflection of like literally all of us. I'm gonna go throw my mug on the charger quick and grab water. She'll be back in a couple days anyway, so what's it matter? Okay. Didn't even think about the raps. I thought about that the other day. I was like, it's gonna be so funny. All right, so we have this message. And let's just get some derived state here. Let has equals, we'll say derived, and we'll pass in message dot tag equals error. Oh no, I want it impacted. I want to see all the music from y'all. All right, so let's say, let's grab, oh, I don't have any sort of error. We want to grab constraints and errors. Yeah.
Wait, Dill. Is Kyle on stream this morning?
I don't think Kyle's here.
Oh, I got that email yesterday. And I was like, oh,
Oh, is that from our airport?
our airport to
Hell yeah.
his. But, I mean, they just moved, so I wouldn't want to do that. But, yeah. I went, oh, good timing.
Hello. Disgruntled Dev says, hello, Mrs. Mulroy.
That's not my name, but hello.
Where do we want to put errors? I guess we'll put errors in above this block. We'll go ahead and say something like, we can probably copy this, put that there, and we'll say if errors, or if you have to join the Discord server to join the beta. It's still in beta right now. But if you join the Ghosty Discord server, you'll be enrolled to automatically get added in future beta waves. Although though, he should be getting close to releasing it. If has message error, and where's my and symbol? Lower. Okay. And message dot tag equals error. In fact, I don't need that derived piece of state. You can just go back here. And message dot kind is equal to upload failure. That means inside this scope, error uploading upload error. And then we'll say yoink that, throw that there, and we'll say the following files failed to upload. We'll say red 500. And this will be message dot, we should have one here. Not derived. How the hell did we get the derived? We should have rejected files. There we go. right, that's good enough for now. We can get rid of that. All right, let's go make sure we can upload files again. Oh, we're not running. I love this song too. All right, one more time. Let's upload var. We'll upload 2 files because I don't think we did that yet. Oh, that didn't look like it worked. Probably because I have to multi-select. Yeah, there we go. We got both of them. Upload. Why didn't that clear? We got a 400 back. Did we get any uploads there? Just one. Let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, and let's try uploading a single file again. I don't think that's doing anything right now. So we still have some bugs with this. Foo, upload. That worked. And we should see that then over here. Yeah, great. All right, let's delete this again. Okay. Let's see if we can upload bar. That looks like it went too. Oh, it didn't. I wonder if it's because it's an empty file. Hmm. Let's just go make, what is the Apple equivalent of Excel? Is it called Sheets or something? Am I blind? Numbers? Do I even have numbers? Okay. Or I guess I can go to drive.google.com too and just download as an Excel sheet. In fact, we can use this. John Deere, yeah. So this is an example of the exact form we're going to have to parse in Rust. This is going to be fun, right, chat? We should be able to download as, yeah, that. Project, perfect. Okay, so let's try to upload that. That looked like it went. So let's see if that got uploaded. Okay, we got that. We must not be able to upload empty files. That must be what the problem is. So let's try uploading this now. Make sure it goes to the same folder. Okay, that looks good. We should see 2 files over here now. Yep. That's good. And let's do a double upload. If we come in here and we come in here and we do you and you. Is that size in bytes? That must be bytes, right? That looks like it went. Hell yeah. Sweet. Okay, so we have file uploads working. We have error handling taken care of. One thing we should do real quick is grab the errors from the form, and we can copy what we did for error handling. Hi, Winnie. In the sign up form. So we go in here. How do we do errors? Yeah, that's what we want. Come over here, go down to the input. We need to change the input to be a shadcn input too, even though it's hidden. I guess we, yeah, we should. Paste that there, and then this will be errors.files.
Come say good morning. Go get him.
Yeah.
Buddy, go get him. Go tell him good morning.
Can I like change the prettier HTML formatting? Because this is dog water. Good morning, Bodhi. Say good morning to chat, Bodhi. Say good morning. Did he already eat?
Yeah, he ate.
Did he eat?
Yes.
Did you get your puppy chow this morning? Business dog. I don't know if we can see him on screen. Let me see. Oh, there he is. Good boy,
What is
Bodes.
your dad doing to you, Bodhi?
Bodhi, you and I matched today.
Did you dress like that just so you could match Bodhi?
Yeah, I wore a white hoodie so I could match Bodhi instead of wearing my black hoodie to indicate I work for Vercel.
And that you eventually will match Bodhi with
Mwah.
wearing.
All right, bud. Down.
Oh, I can't believe you did that. He's still one paw on your chair. Oh, now one paw on you. Okay. Good boy. You're a good boy. Winnie, you want to come say good morning? Winnie? Winnie, come here. Nope, Winnie said absolutely not. You're a good man. Alright, I'm going to go up and work.
Okay, bye.
Connor's going to be here today. Hello?
What?
Connor's going to be here today.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I can't use a shadcn component for that, so we'll just keep using the normal input. which is fine because this is hidden to screen readers. But I do want to grab that aria invalid bit. There we go. Let's see if I can figure out prettier HTML formatting. Prettier HTML. All right, so let's go to our prettier RC, and we want this rule here, bracket line, bracket same line, and we want it to be false. Okay, then we probably want Proserab. Ooh. Yep. Chat, if you don't know, I'm sure most of you do, just looking at the names in chat. But for anyone new and hanging out, this food bowl right here is for the tiny black dog, which is sitting, you can't see him. He's like off screen right here. But if you see either of the golden retrievers trying to eat that food bowl, start making noise in chat. I hate this formatting. I freaking hate this formatting. I had a playlist called Sexy Time, but wife made me delete it. What'd you have in the playlist, Ryan? Thank you, y'all. Good. Good, good, good. Good job, Baxter. I think I might just do ignore for this. Okay. Good girl, Winnie. We the best music. I hate DJ Khaled as a person. I think he's so annoying. Alright, this looks a little bit better, I think. Sure. Maybe that's not the setting I want. Like, I want the format like that.
Functions describe the world.
Ignore and, whatever, I don't care. Okay. Baxter, eat your breakfast, bud. All right, I think we're good here. I think we got everything handled. Let's remove super debug. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that, which means down here we don't need super debug. And yeah, let's file upload is working. Git push. Run dev. Let's make sure this is working quick. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so I don't know why that failed to upload, but let's update our error state here and add a condition that we don't want to show the list if actually, let me make sure that actually didn't upload. It didn't. All right, let's see if we can recreate that. That should have console had errored too. We need some logging there. So I have no idea what caused that. All right, let's try this again. We cleared the bucket and we want to upload both of these. Open. Upload. Of course they work this time. Open. That must have just been like a persistent error. Okay. Or a transient error, not a persistent error, excuse me. So let's say we want to clear the form state. What is it? Reset form. I forget what these settings do. I gotta check on this quick. This form library is good, but kind of confusing. I need the options. API, options, super validate options. You can call me Dylan or Mulroy or DM. Doesn't matter. My name's Dylan Mulroy, and my middle name's Michael, so my initials are DMM, which is where that comes from. Daddy Mulroy. Goddamn right. Clear on submit. That's probably what we want. Just clear on submit. Because I don't know how reset form works. I hate that they don't have a description of what these freaking things do. That's not quite what I want. What is the default? The default is message. Just popping in for a quick moment to say, writing Java 8 in the year of our Lord 2024 sucks. Bless your heart. I wish I could figure out what the hell. Like, this doesn't tell me what reset form does, which is so annoying. Reset form. When true, reset the form upon a successful validation result. Sure, we want that. What about invalidate all? When invalidate all is true and a successful validation result is returned from the server, all right, let's see. I can probably do this on the server. And then compiling it to a jar. Uploading it as a custom lib to a saas no code integration. Oh, Jesus Christ. That sounds freaking terrible. We want to, can we get a clear function? What do we get in this thing? Reset? Yeah, it's probably what we want. Does reset, I wonder if reset clears the message. I hope not. Keep message true. At least they thought about that. Data. Okay. There we go. That's probably the error handling we want. So our bucket empty. Our bucket is empty. Okay, let's upload multiple files. Cool. So the last thing I want to do on this page is add a can I reference kind? No, I can't. Tag does not equal error, and message dot kind. This will actually be upload failure. Then we want to wrap this in a not condition. You know what? This is something I like doing in my projects that I think is like a good tip. I make this function sometimes called not. So we have like export function not, and this is going to take some predicate. So this will be, let's say type predicate, and predicate is going to equal a Boolean or a function. Unknown, array of unknown that returns a Boolean. Does that need to be a space? Or a colon? No. The fuck? Yeah. Actually, we can just do, that would make it one type. Okay, that's the right syntax. Oh my god. I can't type. Actually, this won't take anything. There, like that. We don't even need args, I realized. So then you can come in here and you can be like not and pass in a condition. Okay, so we imported not from the wrong file. That's going to come from lib/utils. First of all, it does. It's right there. Probably just need to rebuild on run dev. Okay, yeah. So I like using a little helper like that. I think it can make kind of complex like if statements a lot more readable when you use not as a function rather than like the $sign. In fact, that needs to go over here. Like that's so much more readable, right? If files.length is greater than 0 and not message tag equal error, message kind of just upload failure. And then let's up here add space or gap 4. There we go. Do it. It's so useful when you have stuff like that. Okay. All right, chat. We're gonna actually. I don't have much more to do. Good morning. I don't think I'm in that app. Not sure. 1 second. 3 of us. Okay. Rigged. With our last, what is that, 25 minutes, we are going to build the thing we've been talking about. We're going to build a, a tracker for how much time on stream I spend configuring Nix. So let's, I should be able to say new dash S, and we'll call this Twitch. Let's call that Twitch. And let's call this Twitch integrations. So let's go up, list, change directory into Twitch integrations. This is hopefully the right project. What up, Costa? Oh, this is Gleam. We don't want Gleam. Let me go find the right package to pull. We're going to write some effect TS now. And we want effect Twitch integrations. Clone that. Yeah, I use NeoVim. Okay, we're gonna go in there and let's do I have a flake in here? I thought I should have a, I don't have a dir env. Right. Hold on. I should already have this repo cloned. Is it affect Spotify? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Same project, I think. Git remote show upstream. Is that what it is? Or show origin? Effect Apple Music.git? That's not right. Let me see this quick. Source, do not open on stream, overlays. This is right. The Git. Is this right? It looks right. Can I change something? Let's just say foobar. And if I push that, okay, so it pushed, okay, it did push to the right spot. Yeah, fucking Apple Music, dude. Weird. I just wonder, I wonder if that never changed. And let's make sure that has foobar in here now. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, so we want to, I want to add a new command. So let's see here. We want to go into source, pub sub, and we want to add a new message, and it's going to be trying to remember the architecture of all this. Send Twitch chat. We're gonna definitely want start Nick's timer, which can just be an empty message. And then we'll have a stop Nick's timer, and that'll be a empty object as well. So let's come down here and use our little extract message type. And this will be start Nick's timer. Okay. Okay, so we've got the messages added. Let's jump over to subscribers, and it's going to be the it's going to be in our Twitch channel chat message. Yep. All right, so in here, if I say, what should my command be? We can probably do, make a little matcher up here. We can probably use, to the effect website, and we're going to set up a little matcher, which is in control flow. No. Code style, pattern matching. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do, can I not make a matcher like this? Match command, and this is going to be a function that's going to take a string. And then we're going to match on that. Match on value, message, and then I think I have to pipe on that, right? Yeah. A pipe. And we'll say match dot when. And we'll say, actually, let's change this. This is going to be a struct. And it'll be a user ID, I guess. That'll be a string, and then we'll have message, which will be a string. Oh, that's not how I do this. Frickin' TypeScript. We'll just define this in line for now. So this will be an object that has a user ID, which is a string, and a message, which is also going to be a string. And then we'll say when changing that Message is, let's see here. What do we want the command to be? Nix timer. Start. And we also want user ID to be, let's just say, an empty string right now. This needs a function. We should have some right, we can that and just say input. This will be input. Effect is a library for TypeScript which adds a bunch of awesome stuff like error handling, retries, pattern matching, streaming. It adds a preemptive scheduler so you get concurrency and green threads like Go or Elixir. It's really, really awesome. I love Effect. Basically, any new TypeScript project I write that's on the server, I'm going to be building with Effect. If we weren't building the majority of our backend in Rust for the client project we were working on earlier, which I know everything's in TypeScript right now, but we're going to be proxying to a Rust server soon, I would be building it with Effect. Effect makes TypeScript tolerable. What does this become? Ooh. Is that just going to be, yeah, okay. So we can destructure message. And I need to go grab my user ID, which is somewhere. Let's actually add these other ones first. So we'll say match dot when message is equal to song. We'll have, we can ignore the input. And this will be a function. Pub sub. Oh, we need the pub sub too. Okay, take that. We'll take the pub sub. Actually, we'll just take that as a different argument. We can curry this, or partially apply it, I guess, would be the more accurate way to say it. Pub sub, and this will be our pub sub client. And then in this, we can basically copy this bit right there. What is the type of this thing? Oh, it's pub sub client. Right? Hold on. We should have a type. Pub sub service. Okay, sure. Whatever. So let's change that to that, and we can get that out of there. There we go. So that one's handled, and then we want to handle the queue. So we'll come in here and we'll basically copy this exact block. And we'll say when it's queue, changing word, queue. Do we need any data? We don't. Delete inside of those, and we'll publish unsafe. Get rid of this. And this will be a song queue request. Yeah. So then I need to go find my user ID, which is in here somewhere. Where would I set that up at? In the auth provider? Is that on the config? Client ID. Broadcaster ID. Yeah. So I can get our, I know this is going to be DM Olroy. So I will be the only person allowed to request this command. And we don't need any of this, but we'll come down here and we'll say pub/sub dot unsafe publish, and we'll publish a message dot start Nix timer, and we'll copy that, and then we'll have one for change to that. Oh, I fucked that up. This should be start. Okay, now in here, we can close this. We can replace this entire thing, right? Actually, we can come in here and we can say const, hold on. This is create match command. Match command is going to equal create match command, and we'll pass in our pub/sub, and that's going to return a function, right? Yeah, good. And then in here, rather than doing any of this if stuff, we can come in here and say match command, and we'll say requester display name, and it'll be event.requester display name. What was that before? Chatter display name. Okay, I should have just used the same thing, but whatever. Const match command, and we'll say requester display name is going to be event.chatter display name, and the message is going to be event.message text. We can get rid of all this. Nice. Now we have this nice pattern matching block. Cool. Is EffectTS generally worth it, in your opinion, trying to decide whether or not to dig into it? I think EffectTS is 100% worth it. I would not start a new serious TypeScript application without Effect. That's how strongly I feel Effect is worth it. I am planning on doing some like dev rally and advocacy for Effect towards the end of the year, both in like YouTube content and hopefully some conference speaking. But yeah, I do not want to build TypeScript applications, specifically backend TS, without Effect anymore. It's that good. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sold on using it in front-end applications yet. I haven't seen a compelling enough use case for that yet. But that's not to say I couldn't be convinced. And the reason I say that is because most of the front-end frameworks nowadays have like pretty opinionated error handling with like error boundaries and stuff. So it's and like I don't know how big the bundle size is. I don't think it's huge. I think it's only a couple kilobytes, but definitely for any back-end stuff, I would be using it. Like not even a question. There we go. What does this return? These should all return void. So if you're forced to do TypeScript for the backend, then only with effect.ts? Yep, exactly. Okay. That looks good. So now we need a subscriber. We need subscribers for the new messages we had. So let's say we have start next timer .ts, and let's go into there, and let's add that, and we'll do a v-split, and we'll look at how we set up song request, I guess. We'll probably copy a lot of this, throw that in there, and we'll go from here. Close that. Excuse me, chat. I just realized I sneezed towards a microphone. Sorry. Yeah, I think they're planning on doing something with XState 2. One thing I might start splitting my time on stream for. Hold on, just got DM'd. How long ago was that? 8:37. I can't log into that. One second, I have to check something for work real quick. Sorry, Dan Codes. I apologize, friend. One sec, chat. the keys for a config map key ref. Some good old Terraform, Mr. Dr. Love Wizard. I accidentally broke some Terraform stuff yesterday. Okay. Let me just check my calendar real quick. Might try to go a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm good. I always get worried that I have an interview scheduled. So, let's go ahead and implement the start timer. So, we'll say this is going to be start Nick's timer subscriber. We don't need Spotify. We don't need either of those. We want to grab this will be start Nick's timer subscriber. And this is going to be start Nick's timer. Yeah. Where do we want to store this state? Put it in a cache. Lots of new hiring at Vercel going on. We were the past couple of months. We're going to be slowing down for the next quarter and then ramping back up in the fall, is my understanding. Gonna dip and focus on smashing out these last few things. Have a good stream, Dylan and chat. What are you interviewing for? I'm not interviewing for anything. I'm interviewing on behalf of Vercel. I'm interviewing people that want to work at Vercel. So we'll get a message here. And the message is empty. And what does this thing do? How do we validate this? We'll call this start next timer message. Oh, we don't even need to make this. We don't need this at all. I don't think. Hold on, let me roll that back real quick. And yeah, we don't need this. That was mostly to handle, we don't need any of this either. And we don't need these two. And this will be start next timer subscriber. Yeah. And start Nick's timer. In fact, we should just do make this Nick's timer, and then we'll handle both in here, and then we don't need multiple files. And this should be a queue. I think I can merge queues. Yeah, so Don't need that. Don't need any of this. Don't need that. Although we should maybe use that. We'll what up, Chugging Coffee? I'm going to pitch F1 Digital on a TV app in React Native. Hell yeah. That'd be sweet. And we want a stop next timer subscriber. And then we want to join the, we want to basically join the streams together, or the queues together. So we should be able to go into our queue, and there should be basic operations, shutting down a queue, consuming my items. Can I merge a queue? Let's see what we have on the queue struct. Queue dot Maybe we want to convert it to a stream, maybe. From queues and PubSub. I wonder if I can do something like so we could do from Quayu, and we could pass in like start next subscriber, right? We could do that. And this probably needs to be yielded. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, Okay, we don't need yield. And then we could have, I mean, we could go here and pipe that. Right, we could do stream.fromQ. No. We could do something like that, but we'll keep it imperative. Okay, that looks like it worked. Okay. That looks good. So we have this stream now. So how do we work with streams? We just constantly want to take from it. Operations, maybe? So we might be able to do stream.take stream 1. Do I really not have to yield on that? How do I get the value out of a stream? Collect. So now it becomes a chunk. How do I get it out of a chunk? Chunk dot I mean, we know that it's only going to ever have one, so we can take 1. Why is this not working? What does it think X is? X is a effect. Okay. So we'll say effect and then. And this will be chunk.take1. And that should work? Yeah, and now this should be our message. And we can yield that. And now that should give us our message. It's still a chunk. Wait, how do I get a value out of a frickin' chunk? Chunk. Converting. Effect is a better way to write TypeScript. It's really awesome. I would not build a new TypeScript service without it. Chunk Okay, we can add that. Chunk of get. We get an option. Map. Map might work. What's that say? We return a function. Returns a oh no, that's not what we want. Dot get, does that return? Oh, that returns a unsafe dot get. Yeah, that's what we want. Unsafe get. Now that should be our message. And we'll say we need some state, right? We need
I speak the
we
gospel of the
need
dunes.
what is the
sand is
data
in my
type
veins.
for concurrency?
Come right or come
Fibers
with me
deferred.
today.
That's not it. State management. We need a synchronized ref. Yeah. So we want we'll have some state that's like const start time, and this is going to equal a synchronized ref dot make, and we'll say this is going to be undefined or a number. We might have to yield that. Yeah, we have to yield that. What's this subset about? Okay. Is effect like RxJS but using async controllers under the hood? It does like some things similar to Rx, but it does a lot more. It adds a preemptive scheduler and this abstraction called fibers. So you basically get green threads in Node like you would in Elixir or Golang. So you actually get like work stealing concurrency that's not single threaded. You get things like error management. You get resource management like you would in Rust. You get a bunch of concurrency primitives, so things like queues, pub/sub, semphors, mutexes, deferreds. Yeah, there's telemetry stuff. Yeah, I really, really love. There's a learning curve for sure, but it's so worth it. Okay, so we will switch on. In fact, we can do match.match. And we'll say match.type, match.tags. And this will be type of message, right? If I could get my freaking, how does this work? Let's go back over here and look for pattern matching tag. Oh, it's match.type. And we can call that. We could probably even chain this up above. And then we'll say match.tag, and this should autocomplete for us. Oh, this is unknown. What? Okay, that's fine. Now we should get autocomplete. Yeah, look at that autocomplete. Start next timer. And when we match on that, we're going to have a function, and we can basically copy that, right? And this will be stop timer, stop next timer, and in here, we'll say if synchronize ref dot get, and we'll pass in our start time. If that does not equal, or actually if it does equal undefined, we are going to send a message back to Twitch. No, we're just using straight up effect psi gamma. We have a single process that's running a bunch of fibers concurrently. So in here we'll say this is actually going to be effect.gen. And we'll take that, throw that there. And here we'll say Nick's timer is already running. And let's see if we can get a nice little emoji for this. Which do we like? I kind of like the hourglass. Otherwise, we'll publish an event saying we're going to start the timer, right? We'll say const now equals date.now. That'll give us a Unix timestamp. And we'll say synchronized ref will yield star synchronized ref dot set. And that'll be, what is the function signature for this? We'll say now, synchronized ref, or start timer, and now. Yeah. And then we'll take this and we'll say yoink that. And we'll say next timer started. Yeah. And we got to think about where we're going to want to store this. I think I have an idea where we'll just have like a cache that periodically, like, I don't know, every 10 seconds writes to disk or something like that. And we'll have like an in-memory cache of like the total time spent configuring Nix. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. So we can take this and we'll say, paste that there. Yeah. Next timer is not running. We'll say const let's rename this to ref. Can we say start time? So we'll get, and we'll say const start time is equal to yield star. This expression is not callable. Oh, just like that. Number or undefined. Okay. Kind of like the approach of using get. We'll just say we don't want that. Now we should have right, start time should be a number, right? At this point. Yeah, okay. So we'll say const elapsed time is going to be start time, or I guess it would be now minus start time. And then we probably want to put that in, we'll keep that in milliseconds for now, just to get this working. And we'll just set this to undefined. And we'll worry about persistence tomorrow. Next timer stopped. And we'll issue a second message. And we'll say, elapsed time, milliseconds. We'll change this to seconds later. We'll use like a duration and make it human formatable. Spent configuring Nix. And we'll put a little snowflake emoji here. Wait, what the hell? Okay. Okay. Can get rid of that. And let's say in here, this will be Nix timer. Nix timer. We also, in our acquire release, we also want to, we should make this a, should be effect.gen function star. We'll take this, put that in there. We need to clean up the timer. And we'll yield star on that. And we'll say, field star effect dot, or this would be our synchronized ref. Synchronized ref dot set, and this will be our set timer ref. Or start time ref, sorry. To undefined. There we go. So that should all be cleaned up. We can add this to our client, right? Is this where I start this stuff? No, where do I actually start my subscribers? Pub sub. All right, in here, pub sub subscriber. Oh, right. So we'll import our Nix timer subscriber, and then we're just going to do a layer dot provide, and this will be our Nix timer subscriber. And that should be good. Sweet. And theoretically, if I deploy this, it should work. So let's do add initial Nix timer subscriber and commands / messages. And we'll do a git push. And I need Nix shell, or do I have fly control my, I should add that to the Nix flake. But Nix shell Nix packages, whoops, fly CTO. That's annoying. So I have to do, what is it? Dash system is arch 64 Darwin. Isn't that all I have to do? Oh, I had the wrong symbol there. Let's go to fly. Dashboard. Yeah, this effect service powers my entire Twitch stream. It's quite cool. All the telemetry gets logged. Come on, Nix. Figure your shit out. There we go. I feel like Nix just gets stuck sometimes. So we should be able to do fly deploy. This will probably nuke the queue. Oh, hell yeah. Let me know how it goes, El. I'd be super curious. And if it's open source, I'd love to see the code too.
functions describe the
Thank you for the follow,
world.
Nahid. All right, so it should be restarting, replacing. We should see a bunch of our subscribers starting up. Hey, look at that. Twitch service started. Twitch events subscribers started. We should see in here our next one too. So theoretically, if I run the command, what was the name of our freaking command? I don't even remember. Party and bullshit and party and bullshit. No, it was in our Twitch subscribers channel chat message. We had that Nick's timer start. So if I say Nick's timer start, nothing happened. Does our song queue still work? That still works. If I do Nick's timer stop, that doesn't look like it's hitting anything. Why would we not? Something tells me that let me go to our logs again and see. Can I search these? How do I grep the logs? All right. That seems like a while ago. Here we go. Last 5 minutes. Starting Nick's timer subscriber. It should be running. I'm guessing something didn't work where we merged those two queues into a stream. I'm assuming that's not working. We probably need like effect dot forever. Maybe. Oh, we already have effect dot forever. Mention night sounds. Do I have to yield on that? No. Oh, I forgot to freaking match on it in general. I'm so dumb. Is that not right? Hold on. So this is our matcher, right? So we'll say const match equals that. And then I should be able to come down here and say match on message. Expression is not callable. Why? I mean, baby butter hers. Match dot exhaustive. There we go. That's all I needed. So then I could just pass message, right? And that's not that. Delete the capital M. All right, let's try another redeploy here, and then I really have to get to work. Update next timer. And we'll do another fly deploy. Every single thing with you, right? So we should see this restart soon once this deploys. And we should see it replace here too. All those logs should end up over here. Yep. Well, maybe. Oh, this is like 5 minutes ago. Oh, here we go. They're at the top. Okay, so let's try this one more time. If I say Nix timer stop. Damn it. Nix timer start. Nothing. All right, we'll figure out that tomorrow, but for now, let's raid somebody. Raid channel. I'll probably do a longer stream tomorrow because it's a holiday. Let's raid. Let's raid Janet. All right, chat. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to all my new followers. We'll play around with some more effect tomorrow. We're gonna finish up. We're gonna finish up adding this effect timer and then build a little UI to put on the stream to keep a cumulative count and the current count. And yeah, have a lovely hump day.